We're extremely excited to be playing in San Antonio in the Valero Alamo Bowl. San Antonio is a phenomenal town. I got to spend time there a couple different months there, a couple different times with when I was coaching for the Dallas Cowboys. We had our training camp there. So I know every square inch of the Alamo Dome because we basically practiced in there every day, lived there. We stayed at the Marriott on the walk there. It's just a fun town. They love football in that town, and playing Oklahoma State. First time we've played a Big 12 opponent since we left the Big 12, so it's exciting. Oklahoma State's an excellent football team, really high-powered. Mike's done a great job there, and it's going to be a heck of a football game with a great atmosphere, and pretty sure to be a full sellout. And we're excited about Colorado going to the first bowl game they've been to, and I guess it's the first one in 10 years. So it's exciting for us, and getting that monkey off our back of the bowl games is a lot of fun. Our kids will be really excited about it. They've got exams coming up, so they're probably not as excited about that. But once they get exams through, we'll be rolling into practices and everything that we'll be doing for the game. So I'll take any questions at this time.
Mike, after the game the other night, you stated your case for the Rose Bowl and felt you guys still had a shot to get in there. Was there some disappointment, initial disappointment at least, to not get the Rose Bowl?
We're excited about playing in the Alamo Bowl. We're playing a number 12th ranked team in the nation. It's going to be a heck of a game. Our kids are excited about playing in that bowl.
Have you ever had any relationship close at all with Mike Gundy?
I do know Mike a little bit, but his defensive coordinator, Glenn Spencer, and I went to school at Georgia Tech together. And we know each other really well, and have actually spent some time together with our families at FCA camp a couple of different times in the South at Black Mountain. So we know him really well. So that'd be good. But I do know Mike, not near as well as I know Glenn, though.
How much does it benefit you, especially for the young guys, having those extra bowl practices? And then also, how does it kind of affect recruiting here in the next couple weeks?
Yeah, it will be big for us on the practices, especially for the younger guys. There's no doubt about it. We'll be able to utilize that. So we really, in a way, we're going to get, an extra 10 to 15 practices in with those guys, which is awesome. So it's an extra spring practice, which help accelerate their learning curve and their skill level. With the recruiting side of it, we'll have we got a recruiting weekend coming up this weekend. We'll have some practices around that, so that'd be good for those guys to see our practices.
Coach, anything at the moment that kind of jumps out to you about this Cowboys team that you're going to play?
I haven't watched them much on film. I've seen a little bit on television. I know they're extremely explosive on offense. I did notice they're really good in the red zone on defense. Have seen that on a couple of things on television. And so we'll dive into them hard when we get off the road recruiting here at the end of the week.
Coach, any reflection from the other night? Just I don't know if you've watched the film yet, or just things that kind of takeaways from the game now that you're a little bit removed from that night?
We just we were playing tough and just kind of gave them the game in a way. So it kind of got out of reach there at the end, and it was tough for us to do. I'd love to play them again this Friday night and see if we could do it all over again, because I definitely know we can make a better showing in that. But I think they're a very good football team.
Coach, how excited are you for your seniors? It's been an ongoing
Oh yeah.
But now they get to actually go to a bowl game. They get to experience this before them.
Yeah, I'm really excited for them. They're going to really enjoy it. And it'll be great for them, and the excitement around it, and the travel there, and staying in San Antonio, and they'll enjoy the boardwalk and all the festivities, and then playing an excellent team like Oklahoma State on ESPN on the national game of the night on that Thursday night. It's going to be exciting for us.
What are the keys to preparing in this time, to balance school and, everybody's got to deal with it who's going to a bowl game, but what have you found just from personal experience is really what you need to do?
Well, our coaches, we lost a week of recruiting last week because we were at the Pac-12 championship game, but the Pac-12 championship game, if you're in it, also helps you recruit, so there's a, give and take there. So our guys are on the road right now. I'll fly out of here early in the morning and be gone and get back Friday. We'll practice Friday, Saturday, Sunday afternoon, with our guys, and then they go and have exams, and then we'll start to do the same thing the next weekend, and then we'll kind of get into game mode.
Like, you guys were understandably disappointed after the game the other night.
Right.
Is it good to have this time to just kind of get away from football a little bit and let them reflect on the season to get re-energized for the bowl game?
I think that they'll be energized for the bowl game. They'll kind of they'll still have the taste of the loss in their mouth when we go to the bowl game, which I think is a good thing. To end on a good note, and they want to leave as, hopefully we can win the bowl game, and if they do, there's no team has ever won. We'll be one of 4 teams to win 11 games, so we'll be considered up there with the greatest teams in the history of Colorado football. And they wear the hat, said good to great, and hopefully they can make this the great.
Mike, last time you took a team to a bowl game, you didn't get to coach that team in the bowl
Right.
game because you came here. How fun is it going to be actually to go to that bowl game with
Yeah,
you?
it's going to be a lot of fun. That was a tough thing. I guess it's one of those sacrifices you make as a head coach. All the assistants got to coach in it and then come. And, I watched it in the living room, texting them back and forth on the phone before the game and at halftime and everything. And so, yeah, that was tough. This is going to be a lot of fun, and to experience this and these young men to go out this way.
You mentioned the 12 games. How important do you think it is to these guys to be able to aim for that for 12, to win 12 games?
Yeah, well, we can only win 11, now, so we're hoping for 12. Yeah, and but the 11th game would be awesome. We'll be ranked. We'll be right up there. This senior class doing that would be really special. Really special. We've had an excellent year as it is, but to me that would be a kind of a crowning jewel on top to go out with.
Coach, since the Alamo Dome is all artificial turf, will you guys be practicing indoors for most of this time?
Well, probably weather-wise we'll be inside. If it's nice outside, we'll get outside. We play on quite a few turf fields during the thing. It'll be the field turf type situation, so you still wear your same cleats, so it's not that big of a difference.
Mike, did you actually meet with your team today, or did you guys communicate in other ways?
We communicated by our TeamWorks text. We haven't had a chance to meet and get together. It was so fluid on how it was happening. I didn't want them to come over here and sit for 2 straight hours waiting on everything. They also are studying for exams and papers and tests and everything. So give them a little bit of time down to work on all that.
Any message on that text?
No, yeah, just between me and them.
Fair enough. I had to ask.
Good try.
Mike?
Yes.
Health-wise, how's the team coming out of the game? Like Cepho and...
Yeah, so far we look good. I think Cepho will be fine. We'll, he's got a long time here to get, but I think he'll be able to practice when we start back practice Friday. No, there's no other. Jeremy had a little bit of a stinger. He should be fine. There's not any other, the way I understand it at this time, any that would keep him out of the game.
How about Jared Coe?
Jared Coe should be back by this game if he keeps progressing. That's what we're hoping. We'll find out more this week. This will be a big week.
This is, I imagine, somewhat of a strange time. You've got a lot of guys now that have aspirations at the next level.
Uh-huh.
Is it tougher now to kind of balance? Is it tougher now to keep that outside while you have this downtime before the bowl game, or is it a situation where you encourage guys to do their research and kind of?
Yeah, they'll have a little bit of time to do their research. But with this group of guys, going to play in this bowl game, they don't want to do anything that would keep them from playing in the bowl game or anything like that. So I know that they'll be excited. And we've educated them all on it, talked to them about it. They understand what's happening, and it'll be exciting for them playing in this game.
Mike, from your perspective, how big of a deal is it for the Pac-12 to get into the playoff with Washington getting in there? Obviously,
Yep.
It's a financial boost for the conference, but what does it mean to you just to see them get included?
Yeah, I think it's great for Washington to be in there. They've had an excellent team and played well all year. And, you play in the Pac-12 and you get to play in the Pac-12 championship, and they've earned the right to get there. I think we have a hard road to go. Us and the Big Ten plays 9 games, and then they play a conference championship game. I'm pretty sure Penn State's, they've done everything they could do to get in, and they didn't get in. I don't really understand how they didn't get in, to be honest with you. Because they beat the team that's in, and they won they won their Big 12, their Big 10 championship. That's kind of what I thought the criteria was going in at the beginning. So, I feel bad for Penn State.
Further that, do you have any other opinion on the selection committee?
No, none other. You win your championship game, you beat the team that's in, and you don't get in. I don't understand that. I do not understand that at all. So, but that's for them to worry about. But I'm extremely excited for Washington being in, and they'll do really well.
Mike, coaches prepare for everything. I'm just wondering, how long have you had your bowl practice schedule intact? Have you get it going the last 4 years, I'm assuming?
Yeah. Well, it's all different scenarios. You know, you got bowl games starting in the December 17th, running all the way till January 2nd. Or there used to be one on January 8th, didn't there? Like a later bowl. Yeah, they pulled those back. So I have a calendar that had all our bowl slots that we could go to, and then as we won more games, certain one of those came off, and I had it narrowed down and had a plan for a couple different scenarios. And so we had this plan laid out, and we met on it earlier this afternoon and got everything planned out exactly like we wanted from everything that we're doing. So it's exciting, but we have had it planned out.
But when you saw that, everything you worked for, is that just, gosh, did it make you?
Oh yeah.
Like, we're at this moment now.
Yeah, you do. You kind of say, well, okay, we're definitely doing this. And, and also the good thing for our kids is our school starts a week later this year. So after the bowl games, they'll still have a good a little over 2 weeks break, which is good for them after the bowl game.
Coach, will the bowl game affect spring practice at all, or have you guys not considered that?
Yeah, I have considered it, and we'll look at that on the timing. I'll see how everything goes through the game. Hopefully don't have a lot of different injuries, and then we'll look at that, how we plan that out.
More questions, Coach?
All right, thank you very much.